What's up, guys? Wanted to do a little video real quick. Pretty simple video, simple subject, but honestly, I can't believe I even have to say this. But guys, for any of you young fighters out there, you're going to fight the way you train. As easy and simple as that is, you're going to fight the way you train. If you fight, I have students, I'm telling them, keep their hands up, keep their hands up. I've trained with people over the years that if you said, hey, keep your hands up, I had a guy one time tell me, oh, well, I may be dropping them now, but I'm going to keep them up in a fight. And I said, no, you're not. You're not going to keep them up. I mean, I have a problem keeping my hands up. I'll be honest with you. I felt like I wasn't taught the right way initially, and it kind of haunted me over the years. So that's why when I get my young fighters, when they have certain issues, they don't move their head off center line. They don't keep their hands up. They're too stationary. They don't set their feet. Whatever they're doing wrong in practice, they're going to do wrong in the fight. And whatever they're doing right in practice, they're going to do right in the fight. The kicker is this, is you can practice with perfect technique, 100% technique as best you can, and you're still not going to maintain that in a fight. Nobody does. Floyd Mayweather is one of the most technical boxers in the history of the world, and he still has, technical lapses sometimes when he fights. Everybody does. So if you don't train close to perfect, you're definitely not going to have great technique come fight time. The goal should be to train as close to perfect as possible to make sure that you maintain as much of that as you can during the fights. Because if you halfway go through the motions, you don't keep your hands up when you're sparring or hitting the bag or pads or whatever, maybe no one's slapping you with the pads, no one's correcting your defense. That happens a lot. I see that, a lot of people that are just pad holders but don't teach any defense. But whatever you do in the practice, you're going to do in the fight. If you have these bad habits, whether it's grappling or striking, it can be grappling as well. If you do these things in practice, you're going to continue to do them in a fight. And don't be naive or delusional enough to think that because you think it's cool to drop your hands that all of a sudden come fight time, you're magically going to be able to keep them up in perfect position when you haven't been practicing that way. Or let's say it's grappling and you get taken down and you're on your back, but you're in a real, like I have a student that tells me, in a real fight, I'll get up anytime I want. And I'm thinking, you can't even get up in practice. You definitely aren't getting up in a fight. So just remember that, guys. It really is that simple. You're going to fight the way you practice from a technique standpoint. I mean, there's a lot of variables. You could be nervous. You could receive an injury early on in the fight or whatever. But as a whole, you're going to practice. You're going to fight the way you practice. So try to make sure your technique is close to as perfect as possible in anything you're doing. Because if you're lucky, come fight time, you will maintain a good percentage of that. But if your technique is off and you're sloppy in practice, it's going to be off and really sloppy in the fight. So it's something to just think about. You're going to practice the way you train. Get my book if you're looking to get your start in martial arts, The Ultimate Guide to Choosing Martial Arts School Instructor. Link is in the description below. And subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. And leave any questions, any subjects you'd like me to talk about. Thank you, guys.